Hi, welcome to Co-Teach University. My name is Mr. Co. Let's get started. So today's video is about managing the government money. And this video is for the students who are looking to become a CEO. All right, so what exactly is the role of the CEO? Let me go over that. One is to basically manage all of the government money. People pay taxes, pay their rent, they have debt. So all that money that's kind of collected for the government, we have to manage it. Or specifically, the CEO has to manage it. The CEO also has to make sure there is enough money. The government has to pay people monthly, and the CEO has to figure out, okay, do we have enough money to pay the people, as well as, how do I get more money? So I'm not going to necessarily tell you how, but just maybe offer some suggestions and some ideas. All right, so first thing is let's go to your mykidsbank.org, the Co-Teach University one, and that's the website up here. And go ahead and log in with your work username and work password. And again, this is from the video from the introduction course about logging in. All right, so you've logged in as the CEO. This is something that you'll probably see. The rent, tax, and life cycle, as well as investment, debt, and fancy chair. There might be others. Just to let you know that everything that's numbered here belongs to the government. So that's kind of what you have to work with. Also, anything that we have that begins with, say, a letter like an A and there's a period, there might be a B and C, that also will belong to the government as well. Something like this that says business and student A, obviously these students they don't belong to the government, so you can't move their money around. And this where it says business, you can't move their money around either. That does not belong to the government. So let me show you kind of an example of what I mean about moving money around. So say you have this rent, you have 18,000. You're like, great, I want to move that around. Oh, it expired, so let's type that in. You want to move that around. So let's go into here and say, oh, we want to move that to the government section and say, okay, we have 18,000. Let's move it to, say, I'm going to move 17,500. Memo, you can say, it's kind of optional. I don't really have a reason right now, just for an example, so we'll just leave that blank for now. Confirm that. And what you have, let's go back to accounts, is now the rent looks like it's empty, but now the government kind of fund has that 17,500. So that's how you kind of move money around. As far as creating money for the government gets money through rent, tax, the life cycle, debt, and things like the fancy chair. So the government can also get creative in finding new ways to create or get money. So that's kind of how to move money around. Let's go back to our presentation. All right, so here are some points to remember. One, your goal as the CEO, as the main manager, is to make sure that the government has enough money to run. Another thing to remember is that anything with a number or, let's say, a letter in front of it belongs to the government. So you can kind of use that. And also, here's something I didn't say in the previous couple minutes, is that each month the government will receive $100,000, and this is to create more money in the economy. So just a heads up, every month the government will receive $100,000. Also, be creative in how to solve a problem. If you feel like you don't have enough money for that month to pay people, let's figure out ways to bring in more money. So that's kind of the CEO's job. Is like, okay, how can we get more money in? How can we maybe be able to do this and pay this. And finally, you have the power to change things. You are the CEO. So if you feel like, for example, you need to implement something like, oh, the chair price went up, or even rent, um, that's something that you can do to increase. However, that has to be approved through Mr. Co. So just a heads up. And finally, just want to let you know, appreciate your time, but whatever you do, please do it well, according to Walt Disney. Thanks so much.